Hello, my name is Tom Grant. I'm the head of Proximity, and I'm delighted to introduce you to Proximity's Reach Mapping resource. Hopefully you already have a copy of this resource, but if not, please head to proximityhub.org, where you can order physical copies or download a digital version. We are living in an incredible moment of opportunity to share the gospel. Across Britain, signs of spiritual hunger are emerging. The Times reported that between 2019 and 2024, sales of the Bible increased by 87% in the UK. The Bible Society's Quiet Revival report revealed a 50% increase in church attendance over the past 6 years. People are searching for meaning and they are searching for truth. For decades, we've been told a story of inevitable decline, that faith would fade as each new generation showed less and less interest. Yet that narrative is being challenged. One recent report found that 62% of 18 to 24-year-olds describe themselves as very or fairly spiritual. Right now, there are people in and around our lives who are open to faith and searching for meaning. People who want to know more about the hope we have in Jesus Christ. Pastor and author Francis Chan puts it beautifully when he says, God has placed people in your life for a reason. Your closest relationships are the greatest mission field you have. We created this resource to offer you a simple, practical tool to help you identify the people God has placed within the reach of your life, and to help you to begin to intentionally share your faith in Christ with them. Reach mapping is a tool that is also known as oikos mapping. Oikos is a Greek word meaning household that appears over 100 times in the New Testament. One of those occurrences is in John chapter 4, verses 46 to 53. Let's read it together now. Once more, Jesus visited Cana in Galilee, where he had turned the water into wine, and there was a certain royal official whose son lay sick at Capernaum. When this man heard that Jesus had arrived in Galilee from Judea, he went to him and begged him to come and heal his son, who was close to death. Unless you people see signs and wonders, Jesus told him, you will never believe. The royal official said, Sir, come down before my child dies. Go, Jesus replied, your son will live. The man took Jesus at his word and departed. While he was still on the way, his servants met him with the news that his boy was living. When he inquired as to the time when his son got better, they said to him, yesterday at 1 p.m, the fever left him. Then the father realized that this was the exact time at which Jesus had said to him, your son will live. So he and his whole household believed. In this incredible account, the royal official believes Jesus' word, and when he discovers that his son was healed at the exact moment Jesus spoke, not only does he believe in Jesus, but his whole household, his oikos, comes to faith as well. Those within his reach, his circle of influence, are too drawn to Christ. Creating a reach map will help us to identify the people within our circle of influence, the people God has placed in our lives and is calling us to love, serve, and share Jesus with. It will help us to become more intentional about noticing and responding to opportunities to share our faith. Creating your map involves 3 simple stages. I'll walk you through them now, and you'll also find them clearly explained on the resource itself, along with a space to draw your own reach map. Step 1. In the center of the space on the resource, write your name. This represents you, placed by God in your community to impact others. Step 2. Around your name, draw lines outwards, and at the end of these lines, write the names of people who are part of your life and community. These could be friends, family members, colleagues, neighbours, anyone who God may be nudging you to pray for or to share your faith with. These people might be on a journey towards Christ. They could be exploring faith, or they may seem completely uninterested right now. Finally, in step 3, we begin to think about the potential impact if someone on your map were to come to faith in Jesus, just as we saw with the royal official whose faith led his whole oikos, his household, to believe. To visualize this, draw lines from the names you've already written, and at the end of these lines, write the names of people connected to them, their family, friends, and colleagues. In fact, their oikos. Together, these names make up your reach map, your personal mission field, filled with people God has placed within the reach of your life. Each name represents an opportunity for prayer, for relationship, and for sharing God's love. Once you've completed your reach map, I want to encourage you to commit to regularly praying for and sharing your faith with the people on your map. To help with that, here's a simple 3-step process you can follow. Firstly, take a moment to ask the Lord to draw your attention to one particular person on your reach map. It might be someone you spoke to recently or someone you haven't connected with for a while. It could be someone you know is struggling or simply a name that stands out for no obvious reason. Trust that God is drawing your attention to that person for a purpose. Secondly, spend some time praying for them. If you're aware of a challenge that they're facing, pray into that. Pray also that God would reveal himself to them and that they would come to know him. Thirdly, plan a simple way to show God's love. This doesn't need to be a full gospel presentation. It could be sending a text asking if there's anything you can pray for today, posting a card through their door, or offering help in a practical way. The goal is simply to remind them that they are seen, valued, and deeply loved by God. As we come to the end of this introduction to reach mapping, my hope is that this tool will help you recognize the mission field God has placed around your life and the potential your life has to impact those around you with the gospel. I want to encourage you to expect God to move in the lives of the people on your reach map as you pray for them and look for opportunities to share your faith with them. And know that we are praying for you and cheering you on as you do so. Please do let us know how you find using this resource, and do head to proximityhub.org to discover many more resources and content to support you in the mission God has called you to in your community.